there's still many questions that I have, and I'm sure there's still many questions that you have, and we can discuss those things as we move forward. But it's beyond any shadow of a doubt that what we've demonstrated for you is that it's the Earth's motion that is the cause of the effects that we experience: a pressure gradient, a density gradient, and a directionality. The true motion vector is upwards relative to us as observers within this reference frame, upwards towards our feet. Okay, that's demonstrable. So now, if you still want to maintain a globular Earth or a stationary Earth position, or any other position for that matter, you now have to have some force that's capable of achieving uniform physical downwards acceleration. Okay? We have an appearance of downwards, but it's only visual. What you're witnessing when I let that go is a loss of momentum and the upwards trajectory, as we have demonstrated. You set a vessel of water on the table, you can see the air's at the top, water is displaced. Level is the perpendicular orientation to the true motion vector, which is the plumb, the vertical. We take straight lines 90 degrees from the plumb, and we apply that to practicality in the real world. These people that are claiming forces surrounding us, acting upon matter, are wishful thinkers. We can demonstrate in any vector the recreation of the conditions of our reality. We can isolate, we can change variables, we can alter the rate of displacement in any vector. We can increase the rate of displacement in the established vector, that being in that direction. So as we accelerate things upwards, we can see an increase in the rate of the buoyant effect. When we put these things in free fall, there is no orientation, there is no buoyancy, there is no density, there is no pressure. There is nothing. It's the removal of force. So once you comprehend that the Earth's moving uniformly in a constant, that should dispel any silly notions of absurd models of Earth like globes and stationary flat Earths. They are preposterous. You cannot isolate any of your propositions. You cannot use any of your postulations to demonstrate, to alter, to vary any of the variables in actual reality. You cannot invert buoyancy and density, you cannot increase the rate of separation, displacement of buoyancy and density. You cannot achieve any of that. So why, I ask the question, are you maintaining the belief? You have to ask yourself that question. I have given you ample practicality. If you want to try and argue against the practical, then your words are meaningless until you can qualify your position by means of practical reference, and you can alter and change variables and satisfy, and match the very same that we have shown you and given you, then you don't have a leg to stand on. And the naysayers and the people who are hand-wave dismissing must have an agenda, must have a bias. What we are showing you is accessible to every single human being alive. It's not a bias, it's not a belief. It's there for you to experience and witness for yourself. So, as we move forward, I always, invite any discussion. But if you have a position that you want to come and demonstrate, it must be practical. You must be able to demonstrate your position, as we have done, and we can continue to do forever. I hope that it's offered you something and maybe gave you clarity on our position, because as I say, there is a knee-jerk reaction, there's an emotional triggered response. Nothing has ever changed here at this platform. It has always been about the practical, always about the objective inquiry. Nothing has changed. The only thing that's changed is people's perceptions. And those people have to take a look at themselves and why they're operating from a bias. There's no shame in admitting you were wrong and advancing yourself and moving forward with the new information that you have. And it's not just information in the format of rhetoric. This is information that's practical and demonstrable that you can access, that you can go and recreate any one of these tests. If you're going to make statements and claims about forces and how they act, mainly uniform acceleration of gas, liquids and solids simultaneously with no displacement, no separation occurring, you must be able to isolate such a force. You must be able to demonstrate your force. You must be able to manipulate the test that we're witnessing, invert it, slow it down, increase it, just like we've shown. Until then, you don't have a position. The position's based solely on rhetoric, conceptual idea, not practical, real-world physicality. The email's at the top for anybody that's interested and wants to get in touch with me. If you think you've got something to offer, I welcome it. I'm not interested in division, us against them. Reality's singular, subjective. Okay? The bar must be practicality. If we do not have the bar set at practicality, we are inviting all sorts of nonsense. Hopefully this has helped to it. And again, I'm probably going to make more videos. There's so much that I want to cover. And it's very difficult to compile it all in one go. So as we move forward now, I've gave the base, foundations of the position here. And as we move forward, I'll elaborate on many other aspects of it. So hopefully that helped and gives a bit of clarity. Take care.